Have you ever wondered if modern humans were really the only intelligent humans to walk the Earth? For most of history, we believed the answer was yes. We imagined a simple story. Primitive apes slowly evolved into us, and every other species disappeared along the way. But reality is far more fascinating. Millions of years ago, Earth wasn't home to just one kind of human. It was filled with different human species. Some were taller, some were stronger, some had larger brains. Others developed unique ways to survive in environments that would seem impossible today. Many of them lived side by side, some even met each other, and then almost all of them vanished. Today, only one human species remains: us. But the question scientists continue asking is simple: why us? The search for that answer has led archaeologists to deserts, caves, mountains, and ancient river valleys across Africa, Europe, and Asia. Every new fossil changes what we think we know about our own origins. One discovery, buried beneath layers of rock for hundreds of thousands of years, completely changed the story. At first, the bones looked familiar: a human skull, fragments of arms, pieces of a jaw. But something wasn't right. The skull was shaped differently, the face was much larger, the brow was unusually heavy. The brain size didn't match expectations. Scientists realized these remains didn't belong to modern humans, they belonged to another human species, and this wasn't the first time. Over the last century, researchers have uncovered evidence of many different human relatives. Some survived for millions of years, others disappeared almost as quickly as they appeared. Each species adapted to a changing world. They learned to hunt, they made tools from stone, they cared for their families, some may have even buried their dead. The deeper scientists looked into our past, the stranger the story became. Human evolution wasn't a straight line. It was a vast family tree filled with branches, experiments, successes, and extinctions. Every fossil is another missing piece of an enormous puzzle, and some of those pieces reveal a truth that is almost impossible to imagine. There was once a time when you could have looked across an ancient valley and seen another kind of human looking back at you. Imagine waking up nearly 1 million years ago. There were no cities, no roads, no machines, only endless forests, open grasslands, towering mountains, and animals far larger than anything alive today. Survival depended on one thing: adaptation. Different human species developed different ways of living. Some grew stronger to hunt massive prey, others became smaller, allowing them to survive with fewer resources. Some thrived in warm African savannas, while others learned to endure the freezing winters of Ice Age Europe. Stone tools became one of humanity's greatest inventions. At first, they were simple sharp rocks used to cut meat and break bones, but generation after generation, these tools became more advanced. Hand axes, scrapers, spears. Every improvement increased the chances of survival. Fire changed everything. What may have started as fear soon became one of the greatest discoveries in human history. Fire provided warmth during freezing nights. It kept dangerous predators away. It allowed food to be cooked, making it safer and easier to digest. For the first time, humans could gather together after sunset. Around the fire, knowledge could be shared. Young members of the group learned from older generations. This may have been where the first stories were told, where the first traditions began, and where human culture slowly started to emerge. But life was never easy. A single mistake could be fatal. A failed hunt meant hunger. An injury could mean death. Storms, droughts, disease, and predators constantly threatened survival. Yet these ancient humans endured for hundreds of thousands of years. They crossed rivers, climbed mountains, followed migrating animals across entire continents. Their determination shaped the future of our species, but despite all their intelligence and resilience, almost every one of these human species eventually disappeared. So what happened? Why did nearly every human species disappear, while only Homo sapiens survived? For decades, scientists have searched for a single answer, but the truth is far more complicated. The climate was constantly changing. Massive ice sheets advanced across entire continents, turning forests into frozen wastelands. Rivers dried up, food became scarce, animals migrated, forcing human groups to travel farther than ever before. Some populations simply couldn't adapt fast enough. Others may have faced something even more dangerous: competition. As modern humans spread across Africa, Europe, and Asia, they entered territories already occupied by other human species. For thousands of years, they lived side by side, they hunted the same animals, they searched for the same shelter, they competed for the same resources. Sometimes they even met face to face, and surprisingly, they didn't always fight. Modern genetic research has revealed something extraordinary. Ancient human species didn't completely disappear. Some of them became part of us. When scientists analyzed the DNA of people living today, they discovered traces of ancient humans still hidden within our genes. A small part of those long-lost relatives continues to live inside billions of people around the world. In a way, they never truly went extinct. They became part of the story of modern humanity, and the discoveries aren't over. Almost every year, archaeologists uncover new fossils that challenge what we thought we knew. Entire branches of the human family tree are still being discovered. Some may have existed for hundreds of thousands of years before vanishing without leaving many traces behind, which raises an incredible possibility. What if we found only a fraction of our true history? What if somewhere beneath the deserts, deep caves, or frozen ground, another unknown human species is still waiting to be discovered? Every fossil changes the story. Every discovery reminds us that evolution was never simple. It was a journey filled with countless experiments, unexpected turns, and extraordinary survivors. And out of every human species that ever walked this planet, only one remains: us. But our story didn't begin with Homo sapiens. It began millions of years earlier with countless ancestors whose lives, struggles, and discoveries made our existence possible. The next time you look in the mirror, remember this: you're not just looking at a modern human, you're looking at the final chapter of a family story that has been unfolding for millions of years.